Hey folks, just a few hours ago, this radar was filled with green and yellow and red and orange and a whole bunch of advisories. But look, everything has gone away in the last couple of hours. We're just left with some wet streets still. Here's where rain has fallen in the last 12 hours. You can see Starr County not seeing much this time, kind of a big bullseye through Hidalgo County, and then Cameron County seeing some as well. The biggest numbers basically from maybe northeast far down through South San Juan, south of Alamo, 2.5 to 3.1 inches, about a half an inch out east of Edinburgh, 1.9 north side of McAllen. See some pretty good rain up here out east of McCook. We'll show you a bigger rainfall total on our storm totals in just a second. This is Cameron County, about 1.4 in Harlingen. You can see that's kind of the common across the state, or across the county rather. 2.2 just to the northwest of Brownsville, a little less in town. And then at the coast, about an inch of rain or so, South Padre Island and Port Isabel. Now, if we take a look at our storm tracker totals, this is ground truth, people actually with rain gauges. And look at this total from 8 miles east of McCook. 6 inches in just over 2 hours today. You wonder why there was flooding in places, right? Harlingen, the airport, reports 1.4, Central Pharr 1.3, McAllen at the airport 1.24, Port Isabel about the same thing, and then you look at Brownsville, just over an inch, Edinburgh, and then Sharon Central, about half an inch of rain there today. Here at our studios, we picked up about an inch and a third, so that's all of our rainfall. That's, I should say, 1.34 for the month as well. We're up to 6.71 for the year, so we are catching up year-to-date rainfall. So Future Check says this stuff that's here goes away. It's quiet the rest of the night, but then during the daytime tomorrow, spotty showers begin to show up again. May not be much around at 8 a.m., but then here comes the sea breeze trying to activate. Then stuff moves in during the afternoon, but notice that's not nearly as active as what we saw today. Yes, scattered showers, a thunderstorm or two, but scattered stuff, not widespread. You may be lucky enough to get rained on, but a lot of folks probably won't be. Then tomorrow night it's quiet. We go into Wednesday and even less active. Stuff is even spottier around the area on Wednesday, so our rain chances just kind of step down over the next few days with still a little bit of moisture left over. Way off to the southeast of us is tropical depression number 3. Notice a lot of space between here and there. These are not connected. Our rain, different system. This is going to stay down here for a while. 19.6 and 91.9. Winds right now are 30 miles per hour. Right now drifting to the west at 7. But look what happens Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Same place. It hasn't moved any Thursday evening into Friday either. Finally, by Saturday, starts to move off to the north, and the model's kind of tipping it a little bit to the east for a while, but it's just early. We're talking 5 days from now, so we'll see. It could be anywhere in this window by the time we get out to next weekend. It'll affect somebody probably next week. This is a look at one model. This is the North American model, and it shows it's kind of hovering right down here. Big ridge aloft kind of digs in from the west. There's another one off the east coast, so this wants eventually to lift northward, but right now there's nothing to help it do that, so it stays down there. As far as our rain chances go, then that system will have nothing to do with it, but just about a 40% chance tomorrow. It tapers off to 20% tomorrow night, then 30% on Wednesday, 20% on Thursday, and after that it pretty much disappears from the forecast. I think we see some drier weather probably for the end of the week and into the weekend, at least at this point. 88 tomorrow, 90 on Wednesday, 91 on Thursday. Still not back to the normal for this time of year, which is 93. The records all up well above that at 101, 100, and 100. At our coast, we've got winds out of the east at about 10 to 15 knots, a moderate chop on the bay. UV is extreme. Still a few showers and a thunderstorm around tomorrow, but the activity not as widespread as what we've seen the last couple of days. So for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, isolated showers, a low of 73, easterly winds, and then tomorrow back to 88, mostly cloudy skies, a shower, thunderstorm in spots, northeasterly winds kind of working their way back around to the east as the day goes on. Here you go. We see the chance of rain kind of taper off, never go completely away, but by the weekend I think we're looking at isolated stuff, not much more than that. Next week will depend on what happens to tropical depression number 3, but at this point it doesn't seem like it's going to play into our forecast at all, if not anytime soon, that much for sure. That's your updated First Warn 5 AccuWeather forecast.